What's going on? I actually really don't need these. I talked about this over on the Facebook group last evening. It was a bit late, so instead of reposting it or anything like that, it's best for me just to address everybody. And that way no one is out of the loop. This year has been definitely a challenge. It's been a struggle. It's been one that has been many things that consecutively have occurred to really create just an overall, not a good experience, not a good place to be. This here, coverkillernation, it became my job for a couple of months. It became all that I was doing. And that was extremely rough, considering it was something I was not at all prepared for. It was not a decision that I made willingly. It wasn't something that I was doing because I knew that I had the potential, the revenue, and all that other stuff in order to support everything that I do, whether it be supporting the fact that I'm living in an apartment, supporting the fact that I have bills to pay, car loans and everything like that, and still have the ability to, do what I do. That was thrust upon me by a little bit of fate and some really, really bad luck. The same factors actually caused that to extend itself a little bit into the first part of the summer until things changed over a bit. In which case I was going through the educational process for a new line of work, for a new position, which was something that took roughly about 2 months. The long and short of it is that over the course of the past 7 months or so, it has been pretty darn rough over here on this end, and you guys have been what has sort of kept me going. And, making the videos have also, in a way, kept me going, but we're going to get to that in just a second. 2015 has been an amazing year for music. I don't know why some people don't see that, because there are some out there that don't. Some say that this has just been a mediocre year or even a bad year. 2015 has been an incredible year for music, whether it be heavy metal or even some rock. There's a lot of great rock that's out there that I haven't even gotten the opportunity to touch. There's been a couple of great rap albums, everything like that. It's been a good year for music. It's been a great year for vinyl, considering it's, it's coming back and it's outpaced streaming sales. I'm really kind of delaying the inevitable, and that's the fact that in the past couple of weeks, especially, I have felt I have finally felt that burnout, the burnout sting, the burnout bug that you hear about so often on YouTube and other creative endeavors, where it almost sounds like it's a bit of a cop-out, where it almost sounds like it's an excuse. And from an outsider's perspective, whenever I used to hear of the term, there was a part of me that did feel that way, that it was nothing more than an excuse or a way for them to step away and maybe just live life for a little bit. That's, even if I thought it was an excuse, it wasn't something that brought me that much bane or anger. It was just, I always thought that they were inventing pretty words to say, I want to go live my life a little bit, I want to do something different. But that burnout has finally come to coverkillernation. We've talked about a lot of music in the past couple of weeks, and really the past 2 months. We have talked about and done a lot this year. We've started a lot of things, and one of my principal fears is that these are a lot of things that have been started that may never get finished, which is very bothersome. There are still some projects from years ago that have been unfinished that, the way that it's being looked at now is completely dead wrong. There are a lot of decisions that had to be made over the past number of months that had to look at the monetary side of this a little bit, which is not what this channel was ever intended to be all about. And the weight of all of that, combined with just feeling creatively stagnant as well as creatively dead, on empty, has definitely put me teetering to the point of a potential hiatus. no decision has been made officially. Keep that in mind as I continue. No decision has officially been made. I'm making this video in order to keep you in the loop. And that way you guys know what's going on. Why content may be a little bit sporadic. Why it seems I'm not as excited or as hyped about sharing the videos and everything like that and sort of moving the content along. It's just because this right now is not fun to me. Not as fun as it used to be. Listening to the music and reporting that to you, you know, examining the stuff, it still has some caliber of intrigue, and I will always love music, but you know, that obligatory feeling is starting to really wear on me a little bit. So I don't know what's going to happen over the next couple of days or the next couple of weeks. No official, decision has been made, as I keep saying. I really think that I just maybe need to take a couple days or maybe a week away. Maybe the spark will come back. I almost feel like I just need one idea to really get behind, and it will just sort of keep that motor running. I'm pretty good at managing time, where even with a job that now potentially could demand 40 to 60 hours weekly, I could still do a lot on this end as well, to the point that I've wanted to create a second channel, which is essentially, instead of it being about music, it's basically CKN versus everything, or CKN versus the world, where it's me assaulting topics and different things of that variety to kind of change things up a little bit. And part of me wonders if I just turn my attention to that for a couple of weeks and really try to drive some unique processes and some unique ideas into that channel, that perhaps it would sort of filter back. But this is a pretty confusing state right now. I never really thought that in the 5 years that coverkillernation has been active, that this moment would come, that we would reach this point. There have been moments where I've thought, is it all worth it? But those are usually stymied very quickly, especially whenever I talk with you guys, whenever I talk to the fans, whenever I talk to the nation. And I'm not saying that you guys were not able to do that for me this time around. I'm always very thankful and happy to hear from each and every one of you, and it always does brighten me up, and it does refill the tank just a little bit. But I think this point right now, I'm so far gone, and so far so deep into that mindset, and the tank is so empty that instead of you guys being like a petrol station where you're able to fill me up and keep me moving, instead the car died a couple of miles prior to reaching the exit for the petrol station. So I just wanted to keep you guys in the loop. I'm still aiming to produce content within the upcoming future. It may be a little bit sparse. I don't know yet, but I just wanted to keep you guys in the loop, and I wanted to thank you guys for being tremendous. Whether you are somebody who just hit the subscribe button this morning and this is like, wow, you almost feels like you're cursed, or if you're somebody who hit the subscribe button the very first day that coverkillernation became a channel, that we opted to move on after the cover killer fiasco of that channel being deleted. I'm thankful for that. There's a lot of great memories and things like that I associated with it, and there's still more to come. So there should be no fear there. But that's where we're at right now. And any comments or anything, I'm going to be reading these pretty intently. If there's anything else that you guys need from me, just let me know. We have, all the stuff. We have fan funding, the Facebook page, Twitter, and all that. If you don't see me often on those in the next couple of days, you'll kind of know why. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.